Hello and welcome to this lesson. Today we're going to be learning how to calculate density, mass and volume. The success criteria is as follows. 1. Be familiar with measures of mass and volume. 2. Able to substitute numbers into an equation. And 3. Able to rearrange. Here is the ritual practice. Pause the video, give yourself 10 minutes to answer this question. Well done. Mark your work in green pen. Remember to pause this video as well. Great work. Moving forward, density equals mass over volume. Make sure to make a note of this as we're going to be using this equation throughout this whole lesson. Example 1. This question asks us to work out the density of each of the following and state the units. I'm going to do the I do question whilst you will do the we do question individually. But first, look at this example here. So, density equals mass over volume. So the first step in this question is to identify the mass. And the mass is 125. The second step is to identify the volume, and the volume is 0.5 meters cubed. You now calculate it, and the answer is 250, but we need to find out what the units are. So, the mass is measured in kg, that bar means per, but we're just going to leave it as a bar. And the volume is measured in meters cubed. So the answer is going to be kg, the bar, and meters cubed. Okay? So 250 kg per meters cubed. So now pause the video and do the we do question. Great work. This is the answer. Make sure to write any questions or corrections in green pen. Moving forward. Example 2. It asks us to work out the volume of each of the following. This question is different as we're not working out the density, we're actually working out the volume. So first thing first, we're going to have to write out the equation. Density equals mass over volume. We're going to have to rearrange this initial equation to find out what the volume is. So first up, we're going to multiply both sides by volume. So volume times density equals mass. This new equation is very important, and we're going to have to use it later on in this lesson. So make a point of it and write notes. So the next step is we're going to actually divide both sides by density because we want to make volume the subject of the equation. So therefore, volume equals mass over density. Now we have this new equation, we can start working out the volume. So first things first, we need to identify what the mass in this question is. The mass is 125 grams. And in this question, we need to work out what the density is. 375 grams per centimeter squared, sorry. And therefore, our answer is going to be 1/3 centimeters cubed. And that is our answer. Okay? Perfect. So now pause the video and do the we do question. Well done. That is the answer. Great job. Example 3. It asks us to work out the volume of each of the following. So we're going to be using the last equation that we made. So volume equals mass over density. First step, we need to identify the mass. The mass is 5 kg. If you notice that the density actually is measured in grams per centimetre squared, so we're going to have to convert the 5 kg into grams. When we convert it, what we end up getting is 5,000. The next step, we need to identify the density, which is 500. 500. Now we evaluate that, calculate it, and what we get is 10 centimeters cubed. Pause the video, write down notes, and answer the we do question. Great work, well done. The units in this question actually, if you notice, is actually wrong. The answer actually is centimeters cubed, okay? So it's actually 40 centimeters cubed. I wonder if I tricked any of you guys. Right, moving forward. Example 5. Work out the mass of each of the following. So here we're working out the mass. So if you remember a couple of slides ago, I was saying how that equation was going to be super handy. So mass equals volume times by density. So first up, we need to identify the volume. The volume in this question is in fact 300 centimeters cubed. And the density is in fact 2.7. When we multiply them together, what we end up getting is 810 grams. And that is our answer. Pause the video now and work out the we do question. Great work. Well done, you've worked so hard up to this point. Here is now the practice exercises. Have a good go at them. Remember to pause your video and give yourself 10 minutes. Great work. Mark your work now in green pen. Here is question 2, the final questions. Give yourself 10 minutes. Great work. Mark your